Hi there, so I'm Stuart from We Sell Homes in Paradise, and with me today is
Jana Wagner.
Jana Wagner. Where are you from, Jana?
Utah.
Okay, so what we've noticed is that there's been quite a lot of interest from the United States, and I wanted to talk to Jana, and maybe she could explain her experience in moving here. So the first question, I guess, Jana, is why Spain?
Well, we fell in love with Spain when we traveled here a few years ago. We loved the culture, the history, the people, the food, the lifestyle. I mean, you get a siesta every day, so can't really complain about that. And so we knew it was a place that we could eventually end up. We had always been traveling, looking for that place where we could find our forever home when we chose to retire.
Yeah, so we hear that a lot actually. Spain comes top in a lot of people's searches. But how did the process all start?
Well, we narrowed it down to this area particularly because just doing a lot of internet research, trying to find where people did end up when they came to Spain. We wanted to be away from the big city, something definitely with sea views on the sea. That was kind of a little bit more off the beaten path. And so we did our research and narrowed it down to this area.
How did we get connected? I think you found us from a recommendation?
Yeah, on Facebook. So I joined a bunch of Facebook groups trying to get more information about Spain and came highly recommended by another U.S. Citizen who had just purchased a home out here and spoke very highly of you. So we reached out, did a FaceTime call, told us that, yeah, it was possible to do what we wanted to do and do it here, and we had everything we were looking for. And
so what happened was we went on a viewing tour. Now, during that viewing tour, it rained for 2 or 3 days straight, and your husband, who's holding the camera right now, didn't believe that the Costa del Sol had 300 days of sunshine.
Yep.
But it did actually happen. We went on a viewing tour. So how did the process work? How did you narrow down to what you have now, which is this lovely penthouse?
Yeah, so we came with this big list of requirements. We wanted everything possible. And as we started looking, we realized, just like with any home purchase, you can't find everything, especially with having a budget to work with. And so we narrowed it down to, we started looking at homes, realized we needed to prioritize what was the most important, and then went back to the drawing board, reprioritized the things after seeing some different houses and what we really wanted to focus in on. One of them being having a sea view was probably the most important, and then went back to the drawing board, gave you our new list of highest priorities, and then walked into this place first after that new list and fell in love with it immediately. So
it's such a lovely place.
We think
So you're on the golden visa. How did that process? And be honest, because there were some hiccups. So how did that all come about?
Yeah, so that was interesting. We probably should have done more research in the beginning and really met with the lawyer and identified list of requirements. So we had some challenges. Part of it was dealing with trying to get the golden visa during COVID. We had paperwork delays on the U.S. side, and it took way longer than it should have from the U.S. side. And we also didn't understand up front how long we could be here with our visa before we had to apply, how long the process was going to take, how long it takes to get paperwork and certifications and everything. So we had a little bit of challenges, but really the big thing is understand the list up front, which we should have done, and then go through and make sure with detail, dot your I's, cross your T's, have everything in order, and then it'll work out. And be patient. And if it doesn't work out, you just try again.
So one of the hiccups was getting your passport stamped in Amsterdam, because
yes.
created a bit of a delay.
Yes.
So.
Well, it didn't get stamped.
Yeah.
So we when they go to check the visa, right, they didn't show that we ever made it into Europe because the customs in Amsterdam didn't want to stamp our passports when we arrived. So
okay,
fun little challenges.
So the investment was $500,000. You bought a penthouse, and you also bought an apartment in Estepona as well to bump you up over there. Okay, how did that work out? What was the main requirement there, and why Estepona?
So for our rental property, we just want something that can make rental income. We weren't worried about really anything else but that. We wanted to get over the golden visa requirement and have an easy, low maintenance property. We actually didn't even see the property before we bought it. We had you go out there, do a video tour for us, told us about the area, what was around, if it was going to be a good investment, and then we said, yep, go, and bought it, and that was super easy.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to say that we've become really good friends. She's an amazing baker. She's baked birthday cakes for my daughter's party, and now you're into paddle. So explain some of the things you do on a weekly basis now you live here.
Oh, we do so much more active outdoor stuff. We obviously run on the beach, we go to the gym, yoga, paddle, which is a super fun sport here. We hadn't even heard about it until we moved here. It's very social and interactive. Yeah, we walk our dog every day, go out to dinner, hang out with friends. It's just a very nice, social, low-key lifestyle, very active.
So if you had the chance to do it again, you would. There's nothing which would prevent you from...
Oh, in a heartbeat. We would probably do it sooner than we did, because
Really?
once we made the jump over here, we realized we should have done it a lot sooner. It was scary at first to like give up everything in the U.S., sell everything, and start over. But being here is it's such a night and day difference from what our lifestyle was like back in the U.S. It's so much more relaxed. It's so much more easygoing. We're happier. We're healthier. We're more social people. It's just everything it's just everything we were looking for. It's absolutely perfect.
Sounds so positive. I'm really happy. So obviously we want to be a bit objective. So if there's one or two things that you miss or that could be better here, what would they be?
Well, for me, I obviously miss my family because they're all back home. That's one of the hardest things to leave was leaving my family. But knowing that at the end of the day, we can visit them, they can visit us, and now they have a great place to come visit, helps that. And then really, I don't really know if there's anything else I miss about the
That's
U.S.
good. Now it's January. I think today is 17 degrees. The high today is 20. The low is 10. So the weather is good in the end, right?
That's true. That's true.
Okay. So Dean has got nothing to say behind camera. Well, thank you so much for giving like a real sort of perspective of what it's like to move here. And I'm so happy we've become friends.
Yeah,
Thank
me
you.
too.